Hey everybody, Brian here from Thursday, February 8th. These were updates from a few days ago that didn't get updated. Anyways, let's go through some of the more events at that point. Philippines inflation went up 4%, fastest since, or log since 2014, due to this program they have called Tax Reform for Acceleration and Inclusion. The government cut down personal income tax but expanded value added tax base. Also, they said oil prices and food have raised as well. Now, if you are a fundamental trader, you know that there's going to be opportunities here as the rest of the world um, grinds down here on, as I said, February 8th. Okay, so another event here is I got a research paper that will explain this. Um, the one that I wanted to really highlight here is this chart found in this article called on Bloomberg. Dollars weighing translates into investors' pain. There's a couple of charts here. Historic run up has reversed course recently. So what they're saying is there's definitely I'll show you in the next chart here, that the dollar over the last since 74 has mean reverted. If you're using annual charts here, difference between rolling 5-year analyzed return for MSCI EAFE index in local currency and dollar, and I'll explain why in a minute. Currency hedging dampens the bumps for foreign stocks. So funny thing is that you could use this as a trading opportunity. Again, you can go through the article. As I said, there's this research paper here found at scholar.harvard.edu. The research paper is called Currency Valuation and Purchasing Power Parity by Jamal Ibrahim Hadar, and that's Haidar. This talks about the purchasing power parity. I'll let you go through that when you get the article, or this PDF, and it will explain the economic differences. It's really, if you ever remember the Big Mac comparison of buying a Big Mac in US and US dollars, and you took the US dollars and see how much it would cost for a Big Mac in other countries with their currencies, and you'd be able to make that kind of comparison. That's pretty well what the PPP is. So, in essence. All right, from Forbes.com, we've got another article here called Chinese RMB strengthening to 610 against US dollar by year end. And that's true because I think as less treasuries are being bought up, which is really the confidence in US debt with the new program they just added, I believe yesterday, of adding $300 million of extra spending on the overall deficit and debt of the US. More international buyers of debt are losing confidence. So I think the market will start shifting to a more quote unquote stable or more stable quote unquote, understand that, on the Chinese yuan as the international currency of choice. And that's been sort of predicted. So this might be some of the reasons why the Chinese yuan is going up and the dollar is somewhat tanking over the long run. Okay, so more news here at theglobalmail.com, at theglobalmail.com. So obviously this is a Canadian news item, but well, really, do we care about what goes on in Canada? Except the only things I'm reading about in Canada is pot stocks, and that's pretty well it. Anyways, so here's the overall points: 0.00% drop, lost a little bit. Nasdaq down 0.9%. Right now, the markets are going pretty crazy with a VIX. The CBOE volatility index went up quite a bit. Yesterday, even woke up our friend Shalom, who's a big VIX trader or volatility trader. You can always check out his stuff on my YouTube channel. So here we go. The U.S. Treasury price dropped, especially as the market started to go up. So there's definitely an indirect relationship there between the markets and Treasury, U.S. Treasury 10-year debt. So some other stuff going on. Also, another big highlight was the inverted VIX. Funds have virtually been closed. People, if you are on my YouTube channel, or sorry, on my Facebook group here, this group on Facebook, Quant HFT high frequency trading with MATLAB, C++, Java, R, Python, C Sharp, and Excel. We've got all the latest news that I get, and I post here. Let me just repeat the group again. Quant HFT high frequency trading with MATLAB, C++, Java, R, Python, C Sharp, and Excel. A lot of analysis does go in there, and some people will comment on it. So there was a report put in that group. Somebody lost $4 million because of the BlackRock closing up these ETFs, and they're just, whining. They should have seen this coming miles ago. Okay, so we have gold, which is now jumping up 0.9%. Oil. This is going to be a unpredictable play for both the WTI and the Brent. Everything's really driven now by the U.S. supply. And so on. So if we haven't even talked about Bitcoin yet, either how all the cryptocurrencies have been crushed as well. Hopefully I'll have another report in the next few hours for more up to date on February 8th. Talk to you later.